In this video I'm going to show you how we can create a more advanced version of the map get or SASS maps. So again, this is a little bit more advanced and if you don't understand this for now, that's cool, but we're really only just building more into of the same principles we just used. So right now we have map get, we have colors, we go into this like we just did before. I'm just going to create a little space here and I'm going to delete this. What we want to do now is we want to create a map inside the map. So having more possibilities to choose from. First one is primary. We're going to keep the name of the primary as we used before. So before we wrote not R, but this for having red color, and then we separated with a comma. But I just said we want to create more maps. So create yet another like this. And now we have first level, second level. So this is nesting kind of. We're doing nesting of the maps. We already tried to do this with some of our CSS. So this is just more of the same, but with a more advanced structure. So colors, primaries, and then this one we want to have something called base. So the base color that we're going to use. This would just be the standard version. So whatever, 44499. Like this. I'm going to copy this because I know I'm going to use it more than once. So base color is the standard version of the color. Then we have something called dark, if we want to have a darker version of it. And there's something called darken. This is a function inside of SASS. This is something that's pre-written and we can use, and the system knows what to do with it. There's a huge list online if you want to go there, but don't do it yet because it can be really too much for you if you're not ready for it. So I picked something out and I'm going to use this. First one is darken in this case, and that means I have to write in first the color that I want to use, that I want to turn darken. That of course should be my base color. And then I use a comma to separate it and tell it how much darker do you want it to be, and I'm just going to go with 20%. So if I wrote dark, I'm going to have a darker version of the color. Separate it again with a comma after this, and I'm going to create something called light. And lighten, weirdly enough, like this. Also parentheses, also put in the first color, or the base color, and I'm also going to add 20. You can add 30, 40, 10, 2, whatever you want really. These are the three I'm going to use. Color, primary, base, dark, light, like this. I also had a secondary before, so I had a secondary color and a primary color. For me to create the secondary, I need to make sure that first, this is the start parentheses of our variable color. It ends here, starts here and ends here. Primary, the parentheses, starts here and ends here. You can see it highlights with the yellow. After the primary one, this one at line 6 in my case, I do a comma, enter, and then I paste my code here. Because I have OCD with this case, I'm just going to make sure that the code is at the same line, so indent in the correct way, like this. And it's not going to be named primary. That would do conflicts because why would I have two primaries? So we are going to rename that primary to secondary. We of course also need to change the color value because again, why would I have a secondary to the same color? Weird stuff. So we're going to do 449944. Copy, paste it in and paste it into those dark and light in here. So now we have a new map of this specific little cool thing. Now we need to use it. So I'm going to keep this one down here for now, but this is the old one for when we only had one level of map, and I'm going to create the new version of it here. We still need color because we need the color changed, and before we did map get like this, and we have the parentheses, and then we added in the color, which was here, and then we told it use the secondary, which contains the color of secondary. We can't do that anymore because secondary also contains 3 different levels or 3 different items. So we need to actually tell the system you need to go in yet another level. So we use map get again, like this, like in parentheses, and it should look similar to this on mine. So map get, map get. Make sure that this parentheses ends here, and those two are together, because we need to have everything correctly structured here. Before, if we look at the bottom one, we had $, color for the first one, and then we choose which of these two we wanted to use. I'm just gonna go with, I want the green one. So we're gonna go with secondary again, like this. This would get me to this level. If I click save for this, it's going to go, nope, that's not gonna work. Because I need to declare if I wanna use base, dark, or light. I'm just gonna start with the base. So after this, and make sure after this, between the two last parentheses, do a comma, space, and type base. I'm just gonna delete this one down here, or even better, I'm just gonna delete it like I wanted to. Click save. Hopefully you don't have any errors, and let's go see here. So right now it's printing out H1 with this color 449944, which is this base here, right? Save, go to browser, refresh, and that turns green. Yay, it works. What if I wanted to have for some reason, a lighter version of the colors to excrement something on the page? So I just changed the base to light. Go back to browser, and you can see it turns a little bit lighter here. What happens to the CSS? Now it changes from 4499 to this here. I'm just going to zoom a little and zoom a little bit more, like this. And if I go to dark instead and click save, go back to this, it now 255, 255. So now we're actually using inbuilt function from SASS to create and change values from our design like this. And this is starting to get a little bit complex, but compared to what you're used to, but this is really something that can help you a lot. So for now, just try to understand the concept of what's happening here. Maybe not the syntax, mapget, what does that mean? Blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about that. Try to understand the syntax of what's going on. So map get, okay, we're getting something in the map, which is this one up here. We're using the name of the variable. Okay, that's part of this part, and then going to secondary, okay, here. So understanding how everything works and the little things is really important to go forward. If you don't understand it 100%, if you have an idea, that's a good place, good place to start at least. But that's kind of a little bit more advanced version of the SASS maps.